What's up, Money Hearts? Welcome to part 3 of my Q&A session with relationship coach Aileen Santos from the Philippines. If you missed out on the first 2 parts, I'll put the links in the description. In this video, we talk about how important looks are in a relationship. Now, very often, men are accused of being too visual, or we only go for the pretty girls. How true is that? If it is, why do we do that? Let's find out. Do all men see physical traits as important?
Okay. I actually teach, I get invited, before the pandemic, I got invited to a lot of speed dating situations where, they would get me there so that they could have the best mindset and better interactions than what they would expect from regular speed dating. Now, when it comes to the psychology of men and women, the thing is, when we say about what this person is actually asking is, are men really visual, right?
Yep.
But when you say is our looks, our physical traits important to men, the truth is they're important to everyone. Okay, and that's not being shallow. That is really not being shallow. It's part of our psychology, and it's part of our evolution. And we might not know this, but like, for example, I think it was in the Victorian era, where what was attractive what is attractive also is based on culture and a lot of evolutionary things, because we become attracted to what nature is programming us to see as attractive, because the goal of nature is for the human species to survive.
Yep.
That's the thing. It's for the human species to survive. So back in the Victorian era, and I think it was in the Middle Ages, I think it was more in the Middle Ages. In the Middle Ages, what was attractive for the feminine, and we can see this in paintings, right? The shape that was attractive back then was the voluptuous shape. Really, right now it's like that is not going to be attractive.
Yeah.
But back then, because that was a time when famine was such a common thing, so nature was programming us to see someone who could survive hunger as someone who's attractive, because again, nature wants the human species to survive. So that became attractive. Nowadays, we now know that health means that you're taking care of your body. So we are now more attracted to those physical traits, and we might say it. So it's not shallow, but evolution is telling us, and our research has told us that when someone is physically fit, this is what it looks like. And when someone is physically fit, then they have a longer lifespan. So if you choose them as a partner, they can take care of your children. You will have healthier children, and your children will be more protected. So again, when we talk about visuals, everyone is programmed to look at what is attractive. I mean, even women have that. We are more attracted to, and again, evolutionary biology and psychology, masculine traits, because it shows us that, strength, they will be able to protect the family. They will be able to, they're stronger than we are physically. So all of these are subconscious. So do people judge? I'm not going to say judge, but is that a factor in what makes us find certain people attractive and certain people as not attractive? Of course, it does. It's not a shallow thing, but along with that, so that's evolution and psychology. Along with that, there's also this. So I mean, some people will ask me, but Coach Aileen, I do not look fit. I do not look as masculine as those models or whatever. Okay, but here's the good news. Another factor that goes into play when it comes to how we see attractiveness is the love map. Okay, so what is the love map? Essentially, it's this. So when we were growing up, around 7 or 8 years old, our subconscious mind already put together this sort of like a scrapbook called the love map, and that is going to dictate what our type is going to be. So where did our subconscious mind get that? I mean, we were 7 or 8 years old. I mean, who did we get exposed to? So we got exposed to shows, to videos, to our teachers, to our parents' friends. So when we put those together, like if, for example, Mickey, you had a teacher and she was really kind and she was so smart and she was kind to you. So in your head, in your subconscious, your head would be saying, I want this. I want kindness in my future partner because it feels good. And that's what I need. And it's just so happened that your teacher had a crooked smile. So there. So your love map, your subconscious will say, oh, a crooked smile means kindness.
Oh.
So that will be part of the scrapbook. So everything that we get exposed to, and then of course we have our parents, and then the things. So there's some truth to that saying where we pick people who are similar to our mothers for little boys, and then for women similar to their fathers, because we saw these good traits. And that's part of our love map. So don't worry if you don't look like, those what evolution says is super attractive, because in every person we have a certain type, and it always changes. It's different for different people. We will find different kinds of people attractive. So in short, no matter how you look, someone will see you as attractive, because we grew up with these different love maps. I mean, we grew up with parents who were not supermodels, who are not actors and celebrities, they are ordinary people. And so our love maps are composed of these different body parts and how they look. So you will be attracted to someone, and not just someone, to several people out there. And so fear not, because same thing for you, same thing goes for you. So yes, visuals play a role in attracting people, but like what we said earlier, visuals are not enough, because we need to see those traits, the kindness, the responsibility, those things that we do value. And so that it all completes the package of what we need in a partner and in a good relationship.
Nice. Yeah, I do agree, that visuals are important, definitely, because that's the first thing that we see when we meet someone, especially in this age of online dating. It's the first thing that you judge a person by. So it is important, but it's not as significant as you would think, I would say. Especially for, I would say, men are more visual than women in general. So it can be important to a man compared to a woman, but it's not going to be everything,
Definitely not.
Yeah, they are going to.
I have had guy coaches who said, they would meet these women and they're awesome. They look hot and everything, but then when they start talking to them, they realize that they have nothing in common, and they will never be able to imagine themselves spending a day with this woman. So you will always have, everyone has traits that are needed by other people, that are attractive to other people. So that's why we just simply need to put ourselves out there and meet and get to know people. And that's really the only way that we find the ones who are a good potential for us.
Well said. Now, of course, we are very generic when we discuss matters of the two genders. But that's because YouTube is a one-to-many platform, and it's hard to be very specific. Of course, we do understand that not all men behave this way, or not all women behave that way. But it's hard to go into specifics over here. So if you want to go deep and reach out to either me or Coach Aileen, drop your questions in the comments. I have also put the links to her social media in the description, so do check those out. I will also be uploading the rest of the session over the next few videos, so if you don't want to miss them out, remember to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.